thumbs up.
Just keep refreshing and then take like a live. Is that live though? No?
Can I be in your way from over here?
If you get too close here, maybe, but you're also going to hear me listening and yelling and talking.
Okay, I can always move.
Okay. Don't be offended because I'm a homer.
What?
I'm a homer for the white team.
Yeah. Do you guys have a test on that team?
Sorry?
A girling test on that team?
No.
Yeah, oh, I thought I heard someone say my daughter's test.
Oh.
And I thought it was funny that someone was calling out. It's not that common.
You are looking live at the New England Sports Center in Marlborough, Massachusetts, where the fourth-seeded RSG Selects, the Crayons, will take on the Western Connecticut Swans, the top seed in the semifinals of the Skaters Edge tournament. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. My name's Joe Rizzo, and I'm glad to bring you the action here as we've played 3 games thus far, and they have counted basically as classification games for the 4 teams. And these 2 teams met yesterday afternoon, Saturday afternoon, and it went very much in the favor of the Western Connecticut Swans. 5-0 was the final. It was 0-0 after 1. The Swans scored thrice in the second, twice more in the third, and cruised to a 5-0 victory. That was just for classification. This one's more for keeps. The winner will advance to the finals in the afternoon game. So for now, it's the RSG Selects, the Crayons, versus the Swans of... This will be a tall task. We'll give you a little look at the Swans. They are a fast team. They're a big team. One with comparatively not many weaknesses. And they dominated the play in the previous game between these 2 teams. I think they generally are classified at a higher level, and the task will be tall. However, the games are not played theoretically, and they're not played on paper. They have to go out, and it's girls versus girls. And sometimes in the course of a game, there can be an upset. And make no mistake, the Crayons, the RSG Selects team in white, are a massive underdog in this game, especially based on what we saw in the previous game yesterday. So the task will be tall, but the person in goal is their best hope to start with, and that's Balin Shankman. They'll gather up now. 6 seconds left before the buzzer rings. That does it for the warm-ups. You can just about see the clock there. Maybe I'll try to pull it in a little bit at the expense of whatever. The Crayons gathering around. There they are gathering. Not sure what they're saying in the huddle over there, but it's probably something inspirational. 1, 2, 3 crayons. Coach Jeremy Jacobus, Coach Paul Landstrom, Miss Jamie. They'll bring it in. Izzy back in the lineup, it looks like. We'll see if she gives it a go after she didn't play in the second game yesterday. Selects getting ready, taking a little bit more time, and we'll see. One of the referees has his name on the jersey, Falk. I wonder if he's related to Peter Falk from Colombo. We have liftoff in the semifinal game. Quick break for the Swans, nearly a 2-on-1 there, and Tootie was able to at least steer the pass from going through the middle. First shot is on goal. Balin will cover that one up. Once again, she's going to be front and center. She was quite busy in the first meeting between these two teams. But that was June 5th and today is June 6th. So we'll see what difference a day makes. And we'll also see if there's any lineup changes. Didn't have the benefit of talking to Coach before the game just because of the setup here. So the Swans are doing that high cycle. There's a wrist shot from the top of the left circle, kicked aside with the right pad and into the near corner. They'll bank it up to the point. That's Barrett, 76. She carried a lot of the play for the Swans in the first game. Francesca Tootie will get that and put it up the near side boards to Rhiannon. Rhiannon tries to get it out, looking for some room, can't get it. Backhand pass blindly across, a little too strong. And now the Swans will cycle it out again. Let's see if Rhiannon can pick this one off and try to get a breakaway. She's right there. She's been one of, if not the best player, the RSG Selects so far. And that's her dad's hands were in prayer mode that you just were able to see. And I did politely, ever so politely, ask if he could pull back. So proud dad moment there. Swans will move it in. They send it toward the net slowly. Bay will stop that one and then cover it up. 10:24 left, 12-minute periods. I imagine that if we are deadlocked at the end, there'll be some kind of overtime or shootout. Because this one's for keeps. Louisa picks off an attempted pass, but maintaining possession of the Swans. 3 will spin it around. I believe her name is Ryder. I got used to a little bit of their names. Pushed forth in the far corner, Aiden battling. Now Peyton with her, but the Swans come out with it, and they go through the circle. Beers will now go down. She cycles off, leaving the point open. So if the Wings can pop out of the zone, they might have some room there, as the Swans definitely like to play 4 deep. They'll push their defensemen into the play and cycle them frequently, nearly on every possession. So Izzy's back in the lineup, and Camerata has one of the 2 goals for the team in the tournament. She'll play it on the near side. 3 white jerseys to 1 Swan jersey. This one's sent down. It's going to be an icing. And 9:25 left in the first period. Still no score between the Crayons in white and the Swans in black and orange. Barbara there on the face-off, can't win it. Tied up in the circle. 4 gets it now. She takes a shot, but Barbara got a stick blade on it. Battle down low. They have 3 below the line, do the attacking team. Thea will get to that one. Let's see if she can get possession. She can't. It comes toward Bay, and she covers it with the blocker hand, a la Dominic Hasek, although Hasek used to take his hand off the stick and cover it with the blocker hand. but she covered it with the catching part, without the glove part of the hand, without taking her hand off the stick. Face off near side circle in the attacking zone for the Swans. They'll gain it and go to the left point where Bauer sends it in for 4. 4 playing within in the corner. Jessie tries to use the body there, prevents her from getting directly shot at the net. That one sent to the middle and pushed out. Goalie will come out, but she won't have to play it as 77, the one with the funky shield / mask combination. Liz pursuing. This is the first time that the Selects have had the puck. Moligar gets it in the corner, tries to center for Liz. She can't get it. Let's see if they can win that battle. A second black jersey comes in there to try to even up the score a little bit. Good battle over there, but it's won by the black team. Spinning around is 63. She'll feed the point if Tootie's there. She keeps it in. Rhiannon has it. She looks to the center. Jessie's in front. Glove save. And boy, if that rebound was there, Jessie was ready to pounce on it. A good offensive series right there for the Selects, the Crayons, and they will put Peyton at center with Louisa on left wing and Izzy on the right wing, reunited from the line that played very well together in the first 2 games of this tournament, but were without Izzy for the second game yesterday. Louisa and Peyton able to play with possession there for a little bit of time. Tootie tries to keep it in at the point. This is KK back with Tootie. Rebound, oh no, actually it went right in there. She gets the break, comes up the right side, cuts to the front of the net at the top of the crease and slips a backhand over the stick side of Bay for a 1-0 lead for the Swans. 7:41 remaining in the first period of the semifinal game of the Skaters Edge tournament. So let's see, after their first good offensive series, let's see if the RSG Selects can get one back here. There's a shot by Peyton off a quick rush. Rebound was open, which it wasn't. There was a rebound, but the goalie covered it up quickly. So this line will start it out again. Izzy will gain possession, goes to the point for Bella. It's knocked in deep all the way, and the Swans will take possession. There's a push. Izzy cross-checked from behind in the slot. They're not going to call that one. Wow. I guess they're gonna let him go. Action now deep in the corner and behind the net. This one now into the far corner. Luisa's there. She's not going down. The Wings were caught playing a little bit high, a little bit low yesterday. Coach is imploring them to stay high. This will be Peyton. She shoots it. It goes up into the logo of one of the Swans, and they turn around and start going the other way. Swans now breaking out. Gets by Bella. That's Serrato. I think she had a couple of goals yesterday. She tries a flip type shot, if you're old enough to remember that, although he was lefty and used to do that coming from the right side. Trying to get a tight angle, make the goalie think that you're going around the net, and then flip it into the near empty space in the top corner. This one sent through and picked off. That was Joey. Now this is Bree coming up the right wing. Let's see if she can get a little possession there. Barbara now comes in to try to help out, and she interrupts that break. Bree can't interrupt the rest of the pass, and the Swans break in with some good passing like we saw in the previous game. And they have a 1-0 lead here. Swans now cycling. Joey steps in to try to help get that one, but she can't get to it quite fast enough. Bella will go for it in the near corner. Difficult to see when the play is down there. That one's sent down. This is not icing, so Joey is in pursuit of a live puck there. If she can get hold of it, she might be able to make something of it. Swans get to it first, and they'll try to move it out. That looks like Ryder. She banks it off the boards a little too strong, but Barbara can't really get anything made of it. Bree, just out of the picture, gets bodied off the puck a little bit as she tries to gain possession. This is Jessie. She gets it, powers in, wrist shot whistled wide, and into the far corner. Rhiannon gets that. She's below the line. She doesn't have much help. Now she has some help. Looks for Sophia. One-time shot blocked by the stick shaft of Fitzsimmons, and the Swans will move it down. They get it into the corner, and they're able to change behind the play. Jessie will get this one out. Jessie playing center. She's usually a right wing in her regular Colonials life, but she's playing center for this tournament and doing a darn fine job. She's been a star out there for the white team. KK whiffs on one shot, but recovers quickly enough. Bree tries to get it. Rhiannon. She gets it over to Liz. Liz will steer it in. Changes behind the play, so she's able to formulate a bit of the change. Rizzo tries to interrupt the break. Now Tootie tries to interrupt the break. And eventually KK snuffs it out. KK will skate it out and try to get a little room. She's got Louisa ahead of her. Still battling. Tenacious. And KK will dump and chase herself. KK will stay low. Pivots behind the net. KK still with some possession, but the Swan player just got enough of a stick on it to push it in. Louisa in a battle with the sticks with 77. It's a rather 71, who earns a push from Tootie, because when you mess with Rizzo, you get the Tootie. Peyton sends this one in just outside of the goal mouth. It's pushed to the far corner. Peyton there digging in, trying to get possession. It comes out in front, but Louisa's not over there. She was looking to get possession. Louisa on the borderline of a hook right there, but they'll let that one play. They let a cross-check to Izzy go earlier. Wrist shot from close in, left pad saved by Bay. Two stumble behind the end line. Now they're both up. Here's another shot, that one blocked away. Another attempt to send the puck deep, ends up being a pass. 11 will take this around and start the cycle. The wings stay high. They stay in defensive posture. There's a wrist shot, one-timer. What a save on the right shoulder by Balin Shankman. Boy, that one was absolutely ticketed. A quality chance right in the slot. A hard, accurate shot, and she just got the shoulder on it and was able to cover the rebound with 3:01 left in the first period. A 1-0 game in favor of the Western Connecticut Swans over the RSG Select Crayons. Whiff, slide, and a takedown, all legal, and they get it out of the zone. Joey in pursuit over there. She turns the corner on Tannenbaum, does number 5, and she'll gain the zone. But she won't be able to get, well, she is able to get directly at the net, but was hugging the left post and not allowing a rebound long enough for anybody to convert on it. Jessie wins the face-off. Bug will get it behind the net for a moment. She slides down. There's a wrist shot that is hitting off the stick of, let's see who it was. I think it was Jessie down there in front, helping out her defense. Gets a blade on it and makes that shot go into the protective netting behind the back end glass. Defensive zone face-off is won by Jessie. Fia back there to battle. She missed some time in the game yesterday with an apparent leg injury, but she did come back, and she was walking gingerly for a bit yesterday, but did tough it out through the game and seems none the worse for wear today. That's Sophia Katin, 91, who's pictured in front of the net right now. This one moved through the zone. Molligard will chip it out, up and out. Ree will race up the boards. She gets a break up the left wing. She's got Liz in center. Backhand centering pass. Liz just couldn't get the stick on it, but a good rush there. A 2-on-3 rush creating a chance. Liz will get it in front. Liz with the shot off the left pad, and she slides down. Generating some offense here in the final 2 minutes of a 12-minute first period. They're going to need to get on the board if they want to continue to play this afternoon. And there is a whistle, and what is it going to be? Is it an offside or is it a penalty? Let's see what they're calling. It's an offside. Okay, thank you. He was pointing to a player. I guess one of the players might have been Izzy, was holding the puck. Luisa will pursue. This one's sent deep in. It'll be icing if it gets far enough, but Tootie's going to have to go pick it up as the puck on its own volition didn't have enough to get over the end line. Going to call that. Oh my goodness, now listen, they don't call a cross slot right at the beginning, then that's fine. They don't call Luisa for hooking, and that's fine. The puck's there, she's playing the puck. She has her hip at the boards, and they decide to call a check on that because maybe she happens to be the bigger player. That's a difficult call. And that's the RSG Selects first penalty since the first game. The penalties here are a minute 30, and there's a minute 5 left in the first period. So they'll give the Swans their first power play. Face off one, and KK sends it immediately down. We're under a minute to play in the first period, and the Swans lead the RSG Selects 1-0. Swans in black, RSG Selects in white. Swans move it in. Peyton up there killing at the top along with Jesse. And Aiden and KK are the defense pairing. And Balin will cover up that shot with 3 of her teammates in white protecting the house as well. Down to 1 minute on the penalty and an even 35 seconds in the first period. Face off one lacrosse style. Peyton, oh boy, she nearly had that one picked off. There's a wrist shot and a save by Bay, no rebound. Oh boy, Peyton Jacobus was a millimeter away from tipping that puck, and I mean, there's not a player on the ice that would be able to catch her. And that's saying something because there's a lot of awfully fast players dressed in black. KK will get it. She'll send it up and out. It's off the stick. Jesse has a chance to pick it off. Jesse shorthanded. Jesse in the slot. Can't get hold of it. Luisa out to try to kill off the rest. Disrupts one pass. It might be enough to kill off the rest of the period, and it is. So although the Swans hold the 1-0 lead after one, that was a much more closely contested period than we saw in the last 2 periods of the first game between the teams. The Swans came out, really carried the play in the first 6 minutes of this period, and they still carried the play for the last 6 minutes, but not nearly as much. So it looks like maybe the Selects have found their legs a little bit here. The game yesterday was the second game of the day for both, and that perhaps played to a little bit of an advantage for the Swans. It accentuated what already was their obvious speed advantage, and that's not knocking any of the team in white. It's more complimentary to the team in black. They're just good. They have a lot of good players out there. Speaking of good, Diamond Diehards is a podcast about baseball and life. It's me, Joe Rizzo, along with the dog, Jeff Healy, and we're talking about baseball and life. Yes, there's baseball, but we also do Veteran of the Day. And if you'd like to have your veteran that's special to you, then hit us up on social media. We're at Diamond Diehards. You could find us everywhere. We also do a feature called Die Hard Dads, which is something that parents can relate to. And, you know, join us for that segment anyway. So please check it out. Diamond Diehards. You can find us at Diamond Diehards on all social media. Go to diamonddiehards.com and or find us anywhere you find your podcasts. iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube. You can watch the videos or you can listen to the audio. Lift off for the second period. 22 seconds left to kill on the power play. 4 white jerseys out there until number 9 is able to jump off the bench. They'll move it around, will the Swans, trying to establish their possession here. Wrist shot toward the slot, redirected over, and that will end the penalty. Tootie will go from the box to the bench. Rizzo jumps on for her, and they tried to hit, I think that was Fia, tried to hit her with a home run pass, but not to any avail. This one's sent down deep. There is not going to be icing on there, so the goalie touched up, and now the Swans look to get it through the neutral zone, which they do pretty cleanly up the right side. Serrato now moving, looking along, sends it in front. Bella got away with a little bit of a trip there as the player was trying to adjust her position. Now Bella will come out. There's a wrist shot in front, rebound, and Balin covers up both. 2 shots from in front. And 1:14 into the second period, the RSG Selects will make wholesale changes. Aiden and KK are going to be the defense pair there. Peyton on the face-off can't win it, but there's a quick shot. That was a 2-second scenario, so that's something good to remember. It takes 2 seconds, all of 2 seconds, to win a face-off and get off a quality shot. That's how quickly things can happen. They run the same play, but instead of shooting, it's a pass. And instead of the Swans possessing it, initially, the RSG Selects did. Rhiannon gets it, looks ahead for Jesse, can't get it through traffic, but they do gain the zone. Peyton now up centering that line, it looks like. So Jesse gets a shift at wing. Jesse nearly picks that one off. It comes back into the RSG zone. KK back there, she gathers, turns on her backhand, gets it to the forehand, up but not out. Jesse's there. Jesse sends it perfectly to Rhiannon. Rhiannon has a one-on-one. Rhiannon into the offensive zone. Rhiannon tries to get around, the player can't do it. Swans up into the middle of the zone. Aiden will pick that off, and she can't move it forward as 22 anticipates the pass and disrupts a bit of play. Ref helps out the team in black. There's a shot that's steered aside, and now that little errant ref positioning has allowed the Swans a possession. Shot blunted by one stick, tipped in front by 17, covered by Shankman. A whistle and a stoppage of play with 9:28 left in the second period. RSG down 1-0. Barber will take the face-off here. She's got Bug on her right side, Tootie on her left. Joey now pops out along with Bree. Those are the wings. Joey's lined up offside. Let's see if they'll let her get away with it. They kind of do. He kind of moved her out of the way. She kind of didn't move out of the way. The Tannenbaum trying to take advantage a little bit here. Tootie gets it, pops it out of the zone, looking for Bree. Can't win the 50-50. Tootie chips that one ahead. It's going to go on net and a cover. And Hansen with a nice play to draw an offensive zone faceoff. 9:09 left. Second period. 1-0. Swans. Barbara on the faceoff, can't win it. Faceoffs have been a tough go here in the tournament for RSG Selects. Even sometimes when they're winning the actual draws, they haven't been able to get much possession, especially against this team. Here's a centering pass. Oh no, but Bay will block that off kind of the breakaway. Tootie got enough of the player of that center lane, and I think it was Bug that was backing up and took away what would have been the pass to the open player, and they're using their goaltender to block what would have been a centering attempt right there. So that's what you have to do sometimes to hang on. Another draw won by WC Swans into the far corner. She'll come out with it. That player has white gloves. I'm not sure what that means. Just looks a little different. Maybe that'll help me memorize who she is. They try to get it out of the corner. Liz there to disrupt it. She's just caught a little low. The right point, protecting against the pass there, but now what she's really doing is preventing the defenseman from cycling down. There's a wrist shot, rebound, Who was that? Fia that knocked away the player's stick on what certainly would have been an easy tap-in goal. Crayon's living on the edge here a little bit. Wrist shot, left pad save, rebound. Fia clears the player out, being pushed in the face. They're letting them play for the most part. Luisa almost picked off the D-to-D pass. 5 sends it wide, trying to have 3 redirected in front. The defensemen have to stay high because the wings are staying high. And the Selects have been millimeters or inches, whatever system you want to use, away from getting their breakaway. Izzy interrupted for a minute. She can't get it out. There's a change while possession is in the zone. Wrist shot looked to redirect on the far post, but the back door covered well by Bella. Now centered in front. That one off the left post. Bay might have been a little bit beaten there, but the post is her friend. 7:10 left. Bay covers it, and that ends a dominant sequence by the Swans. And this will be a good change to get some fresh legs out there for the Selects. 7:05 left, second period. When we hit 6 minutes, that will be the midway point of this game, as long as it's played in regulation. Slapper from the left point, kicked aside to the near half boards. Aiden will battle there. She'll bank it up the boards, hoping for Peyton to get it. Doesn't happen. Picked off by Rhiannon in the mid-ice section. Rhi can't get it out. Still have numbers, and that's Jessie pushing it into the near corner. Aiden there, bodied off a little bit, although she had good position. Swans get it out to the circle. Hand pass is covered up, and that face-off will be outside of the zone because it was going at net. So if that puck had gone in the net, it would have been negated, and thus the face-off should be, let's see if he says, out of the zone. But maybe not. Maybe it wasn't going in the net. Whatever. The face-off's down there. KK behind her own net, off the boards and out. Peyton in a foot race. Let's see if she can win it. Rhiannon there. Oh, Rhiannon close to just grabbing that puck. Possessions for the white team are at a premium, and anytime they can get them, they're going to just look to cash in whatever scoring chance they have. This is a rope-a-dope game. They are going to take a lot of punches. They are going to give up the majority of the possession, and when they have the chance. That means any chance you have on a goal, convert it. Here's possibly one. Peyton shovels it at the net, steered aside as they change. That was at the end of the shift. Swans get it, they'll try to move it out. Chip towards center, bouncing puck. Aiden gets body position and gets the puck for a moment. The two Swans swooping, and they gain possession of the puck. Looking in the middle, good recovery by Aiden right there because there was a player wide open in the slot. Joey up will push the puck out, at least with her defensive posture. And the Swans will reset. No change. They just changed right before that. This is the period of the long change. Centered in front, but 11 can't get the stick fully on it. KK tries to get it up the boards. Joey can't grab that one. Aiden with the block with the skates. Aiden using her body to and then stick to direct it up. She's 1-on-2 over there, so if she wins that battle, then kudos to her. Gets underneath the stick. If she was on top of the stick, they might call that hooking. This one's sent down, and it looks like it will be an icing. So once again, this is David versus Goliath. David in white, Goliath in black. Goliath with a 1-0 lead. Most of the game being played in this end of the ice, and there's one centered and popped in from the top of the crease to make it 2-0. Looked like 15 for the Swans. So 2-0 with 4:26 left in the second period. It looks like the Izzy Riz Liz line has made its debut. Swans moving possession throughout the offensive zone. 77 will take it, send it near the net. Tootie gets it with the skates, sends it into the near corner. It goes behind the net. Liz in pursuit there. Bug battling in front with the player there. Behind the end line, Tootie gets tied up a little bit. Wrist shot, that goes off the left pad and into the net for a 3-0 lead. And life coming at you fast for the team in white. Peyton wins the face-off. Bella trying to get over there. She does. Jessie gets it. They get it out of the zone. Whiffed on the pass. There goes Jessie up the wing. 3-on-1. Rhiannon in front. Wrist shot. And it is off the side of the net. Jessie trying to dig it off the side of the net before the whistle. It's off the side of the net. Rhea gets dumped. I think actually she tripped over the net trying to jump through traffic. Comes out to the point. Fia can't keep it in, but Bella way back playing safety and prevented a 2-on-0 breakaway right there, or even a 2-on-1 by stepping up to the puck. 2-on-2 now here. Bella and Fia back. Wrist shot off and a headbutt. She heads it out of the way, does Balin, just soccer style. Fluttering puck, and she used her head to direct it into the corner. Behind the net, they'll play with it. The defense pinching all the way down. Look at the defensemen. They're all the way down. Shot off the right side on the outside of the net, and Bay covers it. Both defensemen all the way down at the top of the circle, knowing that nobody's going to get by them. Part of the second period have opened it up to 3-0 for the Swans. This is an elimination game. Face-off win. Fia gets it, turns, spins up the near side. Rhiannon gets it, looks for Peyton. A little too gingerly over the stick. Swans get it, and they'll retreat into neutral zone ice in order to gain zone entry. Peyton giving them hell. Jessie picks it off. She'll try to bank it up the boards. 77 sees that one, and she takes it, and she'll try to get into her own zone. She does. Wrist shot whistled wide after beating a few of the players in white. She'll then send it in and retreat to her position at the left point. 4 will go deep to try to get it. Bella will try to help recover. 76 skates around her. Wrist shot off the side of the net. There's been like 5 of those in the last 2 minutes, and everyone's confused by it often. No icing. Actually, it's going on net. A rolling puck. Puck on its edge was rolling. They shift. Siaka comes in. She wrists it wide. Aiden will get that. She'll send a pass up the wing. Bree gets it for a moment, but can't lift it out. Barbara now looking. She'll try to play it up the near boards, but there's 3 black jerseys up there. Barbara uses the body to shield the puck, to shield the player away from the puck. There's a tackle and a first down in the corner. Landstrom then looking to give a little extra, so she's playing with the grit. No quit. This is going to be a slapper. It's covered up by Balin. Aiden goed her right leg to allow her goalie to see the shot and catch it. That's not the type of thing that shows up on the box score. That's just heady, smart hockey. A defenseman in front lifting a leg to prevent a screen. Very subtle. But that's the kind of play you need to make in a game like this, where you need every break you can get. 40 seconds left in the second period. Joey gets it, banks it out into center ice. Swans will have to reset possession. Bree with a nice physical play right there. Joey gains possession, gets the line. They can't hold possession. Nice shift here from that line. Barbara, Bree, and Joey. Their best shift probably of the tournament. Louisa there looking to intercept. Louisa will pick it off. Louisa shoots. Didn't get enough on the shot. Probably thought she had less time than she did. There were 8 seconds left and she had a little room. She might have had Joey there in front if she waited just a little bit. Needed to get a little more juice on that shot. The Liz Izzy Rizzo line is out there for the last 6.2 seconds. Liz taking the face off. Rizzo on the right wing, Izzy on the left. They don't win it. Swans will snuff the rest of the time by possessing it behind the end line. So a little bit of a rough period there in the later half of the middle section. 2 quick goals by the Swans. It's 3-0 after 2. And whatever Coach Jeremy has up his sleeve and Coach Paul has up his sleeve, hopefully they have really long sleeves because they're going to need to make some real magic happen. Most encouragingly, you could see no quit, whereas after the 2 quick goals, the Swans didn't quite get back on their heels, but at least the RSG Selects were able to stem the tide a little bit and get a couple of good shifts out of it. Clearly no quit. Now, if they manage to dent the net once, we'll see what happens. Get one, don't give up another, and then just keep playing the game. Another game that's not hockey is baseball, and there's a podcast called Diamond Diehards that I would love for you to subscribe to. It's me, Joe Rizzo, along with the dog, Jeff Healy, talking about baseball and life. Veteran of the Day, Diehard Dads, a couple of our segments, and we get on some wonderful guests for you. We like to have a good time talking about baseball and life. Subscribe on iTunes. Your podcasts. Find us on social media at Diamond Diehards everywhere. Join the Facebook group. I'd say the Facebook group is like really where it's happening. If you're a Twitter person, follow us on Twitter at Diamond Diehards. Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. LinkedIn, if you want to do some business with us, you'll get us directly at Diamond Diehards everywhere and diamonddiehards.com. A podcast about baseball and life. There's also a YouTube channel. And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to see it. And go subscribe to the Diamond Diehards YouTube channel as well. Third period about to get underway. The Liz Izzy Rizzo line in full effect. This is Fitzsimmons, 15. She's one of the goal scorers in black. They bring it into the zone. And Barrett gets it. Wow, what a play to keep it in. Boy, that's what you're dealing with here. You're dealing with some high-level players. And although we're not rooting for them, it's hard not to highlight magnificent play from a hockey team. Near corner, hard to see. Bug and Liz will battle against 2 Swans. Izzy not taking the bait. She'll stay high. Swans moving it through the zone. Defenseman pinches in. That would leave, theoretically, a position wide open if Louisa could get a breakout, or Izzy. Now 1 down low. Tootie gets a stick on it, pushes it into the far corner. Swans grab it. They'll move it around the offensive zone. Now across. Louisa battling low, redirected in front. There's a save. They try to push it forward again. Loose puck in the slot. Slapper, snapper, sticked aside. Izzy will get it. She'll look for Lou, a little too strong. They'll change. Louisa will have to pursue, so she can't get off. She should probably be a 1.5-minute shift to start it. Coach screaming him to turn and burn. Jesse with it. Jesse gains his own wrist shot, glove save. 10-19, 18-17. 2 extra seconds tick off after the whistle. Peyton on the face-off. Jessie on the right wing there. That's her usual position. She's been playing center for most of the tournament, but looks like she's getting some shots at right wing here for the second and third period. Comes back helping out. And like we saw in most of the first two games, the puck seems to find number 14 stick often. And once again, chips it up the side. Can't get it through. Aiden takes it. She finds Rhiannon. Rhiannon will look. She'll shoot. Blockered aside. Jessie comes down. She has someone open at the point, but one of the Swans gets a stick on it and drives it out. KK's back. She's got a little company. I don't know if she does. Triangulation. That will work most of the time. Puck still in the zone. KK gets it out. Rhiannon will pick it up. She'll look to see if she can get through. Shoots it. Tries to nutmeg somebody from Connecticut, which is the nutmeg state, but it doesn't work. 17 gets it. Right shoulder saved by Bay. Pushed into the near corner. Now the far corner, rather. Moved out to the point. Quick shot, redirected. Left pad save covered up with the trapper by Shankman. 8:59 left in the game. And those numbers on the clock now clearly favoring the Western Connecticut Swans and not the RSG Selects. Face-off won by the Swans, but Fia gets it after they try to dump. She'll send it up to this side, the near wing where Brianna is. Brianna can't get possession though, but they do get it out of the zone. Tootie steps in, stops that play from happening, but eventually it's Beers getting it and sending it in. She'll keep pursuing all the way down. Two Swans behind the end line. Now a battle behind the net. Tootie gets a stick on it, gets it up to Brianna. She's got a little time. She'll elect to just steer it out as her passing lane to Bella was being blocked. In the play, Tootie loses possession for a moment. 17 grabs it, centers in front. Barbara and Tootie looked like one of them got a piece of it to get it out. Sent out to neutral ice. Peterson, 9, will get it, and she'll send it in as the Swans change behind the play, at least some of them. Sent now up the near side boards, looking for Bree, but Beers steps in and gets it. Ryder now down. She'll get it out of the near corner. Swans take it out front, right in front. Saved by Bay with the stick blade. It popped over the net. No infield fly rule called, so the runners will go on their own. Okay, so I'm making a baseball joke. Give me a break. 8 minutes, now 7:30 left in the game. 3-0 Swans, maintaining possession here for a long shift. Tootie interrupts side and just hits a weird bump in the boards and doesn't go out. Tootie's able to change after a long shift. Fia will send it down, take the icing, and they'll just get tired players off the ice. 7:04 left, third period. 3-0 Swans. They played less than 24 hours ago on a similar rink, but not this one. And that favored the Swans 5-0. This game has been decidedly closer. Although on the scoreboard it's been about the same. It's been contested a little better for the team in white. The Liz Izzy Rizzo line is out there, and Liz is the pursuant of the puck on the near boards. Rizzo will step in, trying to help out Izzy. Now Ryder will get it. She'll march down the slot and just whistle a wrist shot over the net, all alone, right down Broadway. KK will get it on the near side. Rizzo will be there, and it flips into the bench while KK was looking to just hit the boards and catch Rizzo for, possibly a breakaway or let her get behind the defense a little bit. Faceoff will, as a result, stay inside of the zone. Tough break. Rizzo trying to sneak that one out of there. Liz lost the stick on the faceoff. Contested behind. In front, redirected. Right pad save. Izzy will get it out. She's looking for Riz. She's going to take some of that ice. And she does get it over to Riz. Slides into third. She's safe, but she's offside. That's the problem, so they couldn't move the puck in. Wrist shot whistled wide as KK was contesting. Izzy gets it on the near side boards, but can't hold on to it. KK steps in. 2 Swans in front. Bella comes now to join them. Liz also with some help. Swans try to move it in. Wrist shot hits a person. Izzy looking for Riz. Can't get it out of the zone. Wrist shot. Save first with the stick, then covered with the trapper. 5:37 now. The time left, and unless we see the hockey gods raining down a miracle, it looks like this one's going for the team in black. But that's why they play it out. And the person who just sent the puck down there has 0 quit in her. Peyton Jacobus, 36. Rhiannon Moligard, 27. Jessie Sperling, 14. Bella back. She disrupts that play. Peyton all the way back, comes in. Grabs possession of the puck for a moment. Slapper blocked by Jessie's right shin guard. Swans move it out off the one does find its way through the 5-hole. Not much you could do about it there. So even when you make good shifts and you make good plays, when you're up against a big opponent like this, sometimes they make good plays too. And that's what happened right there. There have been no cheapies for the whole tournament. Whoever has scored against Balin has earned it very, very much. 4-0 now, 5 minutes left in the game. At this point, a fait accompli. And players in white playing for each other in as much as they're playing for a result. On the scoreboard, puck comes to me. I will get it. I will pick it up. I'll show that I got it. Mr. Referee, I have your puck. You're welcome. You're on the air. Now, I will say, if that puck did come up to me, I would have caught it, but it hit the cage. There's a railing right near me, and it hit the railing first, but I corralled it with my right foot, picked it up with the right hand, and maintained commentary throughout. So sometimes when the highlights aren't for your team on the ice, the broadcasting guy gets a little highlight of his own. So thank you, hockey gods, for that. All right, let's see if the team in white can dent the scoreboard. 4:13 left now. That was Becky's hand that was stuck in your picture. Okay, there's Rhiannon Moligard. She will move it out. She'll gain the set. Her team will change behind her, and now she'll go off for a well-earned change. That's good hockey. Sent up on the far side boards. Now moved into the offensive zone, that's Ryder. She will look to center it, but KK saw that coming, blocked it with the stick and the skates, and Balin is able to cover up a loose puck with 3:38 left. A 4-0 deficit. Swans win the faceoff. Peterson will take the wrist shot, knocked down with a high stick. Let's see if they move that faceoff outside of the zone as a result. Looked like he had that called, but he will not. I guess they would have allowed that goal if it had gone in. It looked like a stick blade clearly above the shoulder. Bella fighting for in the near corner, 1-on-2. They play give and go coming out. Ryder with a shot. Looked like Balin got the waffle board on it. I'll call it a waffle board for all you old schoolers. This one's sent out by the Swans, so no threat of icing there. Joey Tannenbaum in pursuit. This one moved up, and Brianna nearly had a chance to grab a loose puck. Bella tries to move it up. Lauren there trying to get it into her possession. 1-on-5. Thea will slap it to the far side boards. Bree's there for the breakout, but can't negotiate it up the near boards as Beers stepped in. They'll move it out of the corner. That's Shaka, 71. Shot was blunted by Landstrom. Into the far corner, Thea will pursue. She'll hold up the player with the stick. They're not going to call anything at this point. I think she was safe either way because she had the body there as well. Although, boy, it would be nice to have a power play. Swans will play with it. They have 2:08 left here, and there's a wrist shot that is whistled high, banked up the boards, but not out. Whistled around by the Swans, and here's a breakout from Thea. She's got some open ice. That's going to end quickly. She'll get it into the zone, and she'll allow 3 players to change behind her. Harris, it looks like 4, will carry it into the zone. She can't center it as Bug blocks the pass. Brianna trying to move it up the near side. Looks like she's the only one left for her line. Luisa has a chance if she could steal this one. Harassing, can't get through. Here's Izzy. Izzy Riz line. Izzy intercepts it. Wrist shot just high. Izzy Riz trying to work some magic. Tootie's going to step in. Can't keep that one on the boards. Liz getting back to help out. Bug's on an island. Let's see if she can stop it. Bug breaks up the 2-on-1 with the right skate. Tootie gets it. Over skates just for a moment. Battling still. Down to a minute left. Liz trying to get it out. It looked like she got it over the line, but
That was offside, right?
no call. Down to 45 seconds left. Liz loses her stick. And let's see, will they call the first penalty of the game on Black for holding the stick, or is it something else? I couldn't see what was going on down there. That part of my vision is blocked just a little bit. And what is the call? Oh, it's some kind of cross-check, hook, or something like that. It looks like Tootie's in the box for a minute 30. And boy, if she can be in the box for the whole minute 30, that would be something, because that would be 4 shorthanded goals. Rhiannon smartly gets away with a trip because, geez, I mean, if they call that at this point, they got something wrong with it. 27.3, as we speak of number 27, remaining in the game. 4-0, the score. Barrett will take the slapper, waffle boarded aside. This is a power play for the Swans. They'll hopefully end it on a power play because that means the score will stay at 4. 13 seconds left now. Barrett gets it. She'll move it down low. Still attacking at the end of this game. Wrist shot toward the 5-hole, pushed forward, and did she cover it? She covered it. 4.2 left. Change out the forwards. Jacopis will take that face off. Quick wrist shot, blocked by a knee pad. One more shot at the end. They don't want to give up anything. 4-0 the final in the semifinals. They played it a little bit closer on the scoreboard in this one than they did less than 24 hours ago. And the RSG Selects and the Swans will do the ceremonial stick tap. The Swans will move on to play for the championship later in the day. And they'll also be heavily favored in that game, as I think maybe 4-0 might be their closest. Well played and significant improvement in a lot of areas for the RSG Selects, the Crayons, today. Not the result that they would have hoped for or dreamed about, but good hockey and a good experience we'll go a little behind the scenes here and say it was a very good experience for these girls off the ice. I have seen these players, significant numbers of these players, battle tooth and nail against one another in their regular league play. This team made up mostly of New Jersey Rockets and New Jersey Colonials players, and a lot of them have gone head to head in many battles over the years. In this case, they're new teammates who were put together for a spring season and a couple of tournaments, and over the course of just a couple of games and a couple of overnights, I think we saw some new friendships forged. I think we saw some, let's face it, these are still kids. We saw kids having some wonderful enjoyment with hockey being the backdrop, and the new friendships that have been made are valuable. And that's something a little bit more than you get from just hockey. So to recap the tournament results, in the first game, the RSG Selects team fell 1-0. And it was a very closely contested game, as the score indicated. And the story of that game was 8 penalties, so including 2 3-on-5s, which make it quite difficult to do anything, right? In that game, trailing 1-0, down 2 players, and with a face-off in their own zone with about 20 seconds left, where you're figuring, okay, this game is certain to end 1-0 and could very well end 2-0, but certainly it's not going to be 1-1. Bellacucci made what I thought was one of the plays of the tournament. 3-on-5, she got off a sharp angle shot that nearly found its way into the net at the buzzer in what would have been, like we were talking about before, a hockey miracle. But that perhaps singular play carried over to the next game. So that was Friday night. The Saturday morning game was the best that the RSG Selects team played, perhaps. It ended up in a 2-2 tie. Izzy Camarada with the first goal, Rhiannon Moligard with the second, Jessie Sperling with 2 sterling assists on each, primary assists. And they held on for a 2-2 tie. Then they played this team that you just saw in the final game of the preliminary round, and it was 5-0, although it was 0-0 after one period. And similarly to this game, a couple of quick goals in the middle of the second opened the game up and put the team in white on its heels a bit. However, they recovered and played some solid hockey against a quality opponent, and they carried some of that over and played an even better game against that opponent here. And it shows up slightly on the scoreboard. I mean, 4-0 is better than 5-0, but just the general play on the ice seemed to be a little bit better. They had a little bit of a better time trying to keep up with some of the play. They understood what was going to go on and that it was going to be hard for them to maintain possession, but without possession, sure, is it hard to win a hockey game? Yes, but there are ways to do it. You have to find and forge your opportunities, and they had a few in this game. They might have actually had a few more scoring opportunities in the previous game. the way it was played wide open. In the first game, Rhiannon Mulligard hit a crossbar in the first period, and to no avail. And in this game, the shots were a little bit less quality, but you could see that there was a little bit more of a defensive posture by Western Connecticut in this game. They worked a little bit harder to eliminate any kind of offense that they were going to give up. They played a little bit more defensively, and while they probably had more shots in the previous game, but in this game they had probably less shots and a little higher quality opportunity, but they certainly gave up less today. So 2 very difficult games, and there's a lot to learn from that on the ice, but there's also a lot, like we said, to learn off the ice. Had a valuable experience in that manner. Awaiting Coach Jeremy, I did see Coach Paul emerge, so we'll see if that means Coach Jeremy's coming up. I'll give my voice a break for a minute and let you watch the ice. So stay tuned. The 6 of you that are there, hang on for just a little bit, and you get to see Coach Jeremy's post-tournament wrap-up.
Good morning, Joe Rizzo.
Is it still?
It is, I believe.
It might be time for that second coffee.
It is, for sure.
Okay. The coach, Jeremy Jacobus. Look, we got the American flag between us.
I love it.
And not Coach Paul doing moonwalking.
Can you edit that out?
I don't know.
Okay.
Why should we? We've completed the first RSG Selects tournament. You had quite an opponent for the last game of the preliminary round and this semifinal game here. We saw a slight improvement on the scoreboard, and I was talking while you weren't here about maybe some of the other improvements we saw from Friday night to Saturday morning, but why don't we start with your overall assessment?
Okay, so first of all, not to make any excuses, but that team obviously does not belong in our bracket. The rest of the teams we played were pretty fair play. I think we played hard this weekend. I think the only game that I was disappointed in some effort and some things we did was in yesterday afternoon's game against this team. Yes, there's only a slight improvement on the scoreboard today against the same team. However, the game plan was to take away what they were doing yesterday, which we did, and they had to change what they were doing today to be successful against us. So sometimes improvements and wins are not really measured on the scoreboard, especially when you play a team that's a lot faster than you are and a better team. But I really thought today the girls battled hard. They did what we asked them to do. We took away that middle of the ice as much as we could today, and I'm proud of the group. We competed pretty good the entire weekend. Like I said, if I could take back yesterday afternoon's game and do a few things different, other than that, everybody played pretty strong this weekend.
Now, the other thing it appeared that you made the other team do was they played a much more defensive posture today and really tried to take away any kind of offense that you were going to generate. They hung some of their players back, which they were not doing in the previous game at all, and they really looked like they were trying to limit your scoring chances as well.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. They were strong on their blue line too today, as well as yesterday. Our design was to dump more pucks today and go to work. A few things that need to be corrected, and sometimes we go over with the girls more than once, is getting the puck deep and then three forwards going for a change. We're offering a free breakout at that point, and you can't offer this team that we just played anything for free. Okay, the big thing was that you had to make these girls earn it. If they're going to beat us, that's fine, but we're going to make you earn it. We want you to come to 200 feet. So, failing to get pucks deep at times, turning it over at the blue line really hurt us. Hurts your momentum, and sometimes it's hard to reset. But again, I think that we played this team different than we played them yesterday, and difference on the scoreboard is 4 goals today. I wanted to beat this team, obviously, but you know me, Joe Rizzo. It's sometimes it's not about the scoreboard. It's about how we play as a unit and how we're coming together. This was our first tournament. We have another one to go to, and I think that we're on the right track.
So speaking of coming together, you're playing with, largely groups of players who have competed against each other and competed against each other hard.
That's right.
For a lot of years in some cases. And from my perch up here, which, by the way, did you see me get the puck? Did you see the puck that came up here
I
that I
did,
retrieved?
I did. Great job.
I didn't go off the air. I didn't stop talking while it happened. But I saw the difference from Friday night to Sunday morning. I really saw some girls come together and look like they had played together for a while, even though they hadn't, and had been playing against each other. Some real bonding looked like it was taking place, not only on the ice. I think we got to see some of it a little bit off the ice as well. Now, as someone who's probably coached spring teams before, and had a similar dynamic, maybe, how do you compare this up to some of your previous experiences?
Well, first of all, I like these tournaments just for that reason, right? We have girls in that locker room, just like you said, from 3 or 4 different organizations that we compete with. So getting them to bond together is always a challenge. But when you have the tournament to do it, the platform of the tournament where we're constantly together, eating together, hanging out together, playing together, working out together, I think that's what brings everything together. And I don't think there's a person here that's been here all tournament that hasn't seen the same thing that you just laid out. We've definitely come together since the first game to now. And if we can take that to the next tournament and continue to do that, it'd be really good for us. I mean, the first 2 games for us were 1-goal games and then a tie game. So I liked our compete. I really did. And I'm looking forward to doing it again next weekend, the same group.
Okay. Not much more to say about that. I'm always looking for a good ending point.
Okay.
And let's call it a fun, interesting, and ultimately successful weekend for hockey. You good with that?
For girls hockey.
Okay. That's the coach, Jeremy Jacobus. I'm Joe Rizzo. We'll be back next week from Virginia, right?